works out on this is we took the 10 generations from Adam, Seth, Enosh, Canaan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, and then Noah. We add all of these together, and we come with the flood that came 1,656 years after creation. And we use the genealogy that's given here. I heard a story of a man who was giving a tour through some scientific area, and I believe it was a cave, and he said, as he's walking through the cave, he said, now, some of these stalactites and stalagmites, they are 150 billion and 32 years old. Narrowed it right down, and someone in the crowd says, how can you be so specific to say it's 150 million and 32 years? He said, well, I started working here 32 years ago, and they told me when I started that it was 150 million years ago. Some people laugh harder at that one, I'm not sure. But they're really, when we look at this and say, well, what do you mean the earth is only, we take the 4,000 years before Christ, and we take the 2017, how can you come up with this that the earth is so young? Well, scientists will say it is every possibility, every real, the data is there for us. So we come up with this, that the flood occurred 1,656 years, right there. And it tells us in Genesis chapter 6, verses 5 to 7, the Lord saw that the wickedness of men was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. Dropping down to verse 13 of Genesis chapter 6, and God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and out with pitch. And so we have here the beginning of the end of the world that we once knew. Now, in the book of Peter, we have, Peter says that there are going to be scoffers scoffing in the last days. They're going to talk about, well, how, you said the Lord's going to be coming. Things are continuing on the same as they have been from the beginning. That's really their first mistake. In fact, one of the devotionals that's out there that you're here is based on that passage from Peter. It says, the mistake is that things have been continuing on as they have been from the beginning. Well, they have this thing called the flood that changed that. We've looked at life as it was described in creation in the first 2 chapters of Genesis, and it tells about how the ground was watered from a mist that came up. Did it rain at all in those first 1,656 years? The Bible doesn't say yes or no. It only tells us in the beginning that mist that rose up, and it describes that in the description. It may not have rained, but if there was a waterfall that was coming over the edge and a mist came up from that, what do you think would have come through that mist in the beginning? Probably a rainbow. So the rainbow that they see afterwards may not have been the first rainbow. But from that point on, when man looks at the rainbow, God says, you will remember this. So there are some things that we have to sort of look at with a critical eye. Not to say it didn't happen, but to say, well, it may have rained in those years. Another thing that we hear is that Noah, well, I'll use the quote, that the Titanic was built by experts, but the ark was built by, you've heard the quote, an amateur. How many of you have heard that? Was Noah an amateur? We don't know. We really don't, do we? We may think, well, that was the first boat that was ever built. Does the Bible tell us that was the first boat that was ever built? No, it doesn't. Whatever it was that about Noah, it simply says that, I believe in the King James it says, Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Noah was chosen to build the ark. How many have been to Mount St. Helens? 1980. At the time, it was a big eruption by a mountain. But comparatively, it was a very, very small volcanic eruption. Go ahead, Mark. I'll let you run it, and we'll finish this in just a couple minutes.